Hello everyone, welcome to another game against W7, rated 1630. We haven't gotten a D4 game in well actually I don't know when the last time we got it, but I feel like I haven't gotten it in a while. Hey, now we get it. Knight f6, controlling the center. He plays the Queen's Gambit, pawn structure, so now, boom, C5, please push. Ooh. Okay, he develops a knight, maybe he'll push next. Let's go G6. Okay, he takes the entire center, which is principled. Okay. I guess we have to play d6 at this point, make sure we don't just walk into e5. He now gains more space, trying to break this down. So this is his own personal little setup against the Benoni structure. Apparently he likes this. Now I don't want to get steamrolled, okay? So I'm not going to wait for him to push anymore, considering he's being super aggressive. And I don't feel like losing. So I'm going to take the central pawn and not let him push. Thank you for the pawn. If he brings his queen out, I'm going to develop for free. Thank you very much. And now his pawns don't look so impressive when they're not connected like that. And I also didn't castle, so h4 is not exactly attacking my king. So what is he going to do? Let's see. If he does push it, I'll snap it off the board with my knight. I'm not afraid of that. He moves his queen back. It's still in a harassable position. Knight e5 is an interesting improving move. Does the knight belong there though? Hard to actually tell. It's probably better just to develop a piece. So let's do that. The fianchetto is very natural. He brings his bishop out. He probably wants to castle long. Doesn't create a threat. Okay. We could castle. We could kick the bishop and see what his intentions are. I'm going to kick the bishop, see what his intentions are. This also allows, if he pushes, to push past. So he takes. Is there any merit to taking with the pawn? Creates a weakness on e6, d6. I don't see it, so let's take with the bishop. And now we have an uncontested dark square bishop aiming at a castled king. I don't think his king is actually safe castling over here, so that's good for us. We're already targeting the defender of his king. We now have knight b4 ideas, hitting the queen, potentially this pawn. I like them all. We could continue developing. Bishop here is interesting. Queen a5 is interesting. Knight b4 though, where does he move his queen? Is he really going to go to b1? And if he doesn't, and let's say he goes towards my king, can I not take this? Followed by this. If I take it and he takes with the pawn, and then I take check, is my knight trapped? If he attacks my knight, it has nowhere to leave. Huh. I mean, his king is just toast there, though. I could probably just go queen a5. I think I'm going to throw it in. I'm going to improve for free. He can't utilize this diagonal. I don't see the drawback of throwing it in first, before a move like queen a5. It gives him the opportunity to go wrong in lots of different ways. Now, normally I wouldn't want to give up this beautiful bishop for this knight, but considering it would decimate his kingside pawn cover, I mean, that's a pretty good argument to do it. He already moved the c-pawn, which weakened his king. So if these get ripped open, my queen is just going to be so powerful on a5. My bishop's going to be able to aim that way. My rook can maybe go to c8. And I'm not forced to castle because the king is only unsafe in the middle if he can rip it open. He can't rip it open yet. So he does go towards the king, like I expected. This would be a funny skewer. Is that an argument to play h5, or is that just a cheapo? How does he stop it though? How does he stop our bishop from coming to g4? He kind of can't, but let's just say he moves his rook to a random square out of the skewer, and you go there. It's a nice move, but then he moves his queen, let's say, somewhere. And what are you really doing all that for? I'm going to take the knight. If he goes here trying to hit my rook, he's going to lose the game immediately. I hope you see the move. So he takes the correct way. But now his king looks terrible. So even if you don't take the pawn, you should win just based on how weak his king is. Like even if you just go back. But let's say we take. I doubt he's going to run the other way. He'll probably attack the knight. I'll bring in the queen. My knight is still kind of trapped. So let's say knight takes, king up, queen a5, rook a1, double attack the knight. This is defended twice, unfortunate. So I'm going to go back. I can plant it on this beautiful square, attack and defend, but I'm not going to rush that. I want to go queen a5 as fast as possible. Maybe the other line worked move by move, but I mean, if you haven't calculated every line, thoroughly and completely to the end, then don't risk it because there's no need because you're winning. Look at his pawn structure around his king. So queen a5, right? His move doesn't threaten anything. It's not impressive. Now we can take the pawn. Now we can give the checks, right? It's better. So he protects the pawn, but now his king's exposed. I definitely want to improve this knight for free. Every time I'm moving this knight, here it was for free. Here it's for free. So I'm not wasting time. And all I need to do is get a rook to c8 and then rook lift it. c6, b6, or a6. I mean, it's not auto checkmate, but he'll be defending for quite a while. So now he has to move his queen, and then we're going to be able to develop for free and take this pawn. And if the knight can get in, I mean, that's super deadly. So he goes here, but he's not attacking anything, right? So now we get to develop for free. And when you put the rook here, that's going to be for free too. So you see I haven't wasted any time. And he's white, and he still has his knight on the back rank. So he attacks our knight, but we wanted to move it anyway because this threatens his king. He takes, but now if we take with the bishop, that threatens his king, right? So he's not fixing his problems. He's just gave up a pawn, and he still has a weak king. He doesn't have time to do any weird... Okay, I thought he didn't have time because isn't your king in serious danger if I take this? Here, I mean, do I have to calculate more? There's also here, he's going to go to the left. I'm going to use my bishop so I can keep my queen as an attacker for the dark squares. Since my light square bishop should be attacking on light. There's no way he's going to go into a discovery. So then I'll get to use my queen as another attacker. Like now I'll have another check. Whereas if I took with the queen, I would have to move the queen back and forth. It can only cover one color complex at a time. So I'd rather have the bishop covering this complex for now. Now if I give this check, he's forced to go to some weird squares. There's also this though. So I think I'm just going to develop my rook. I would love to long castle if my rook came to c8 in one turn, but considering it's going to go to, it would go to the d file. I don't want it on the d file, and I don't want to waste turns. So I'm going to immediately go here. I'm going to let him rip this open because he loses the game. And he's done. He's toast. It's over. So he develops the knight, defends the pawn, temporary band-aid. And, I mean, we should have ample moves here. You could just do whatever you want, but let's see. Let's take a second. I don't know. I think I want to poke and prod with my queen. Just give him a couple checks, kind of see what he settles on. Let's give this check, right? Like, because this blocks his rook. It's awkward. We can check him further. Maybe there will be something there. I feel like there should be something. This is one of those positions where there will be something, even if you can't calculate it up front because there's too many like variables and stuff. So he does go here. Okay. We could throw this in, get a little closer in his position if we want. And we'll give it a go. I don't see the downside to putting it here. A little closer in his position, off the edge. Maybe he disconnects his rooks now, right? He's trying to run to some sort of safety. But we're up 2 pawns, right? If we trade everything, we auto win. Okay, he moves his king. Fine. This guy, this would be checkmate. But if we attack it, and he hits our queen, and we go check, and he moves his king, we could take his rook there. But if we go here, he goes here, check, and he just goes back. I mean, we could rethread and checkmate here. He goes to here again. Then we can take this pawn. Or we could actually take that pawn from the start if we want. Okay, so this bishop did its job, messing with the king. It's not doing anything here. So now we're going to threaten checkmate in 1. Again, not a lot, giving him time to do what he wants and try to open up our position. Not that he has any pieces. He only has a queen. Everything else is not helping him. And you can see I never castled. 22 moves in. I never castled, but neither did white. It looks like we're in the starting position, but his king actually went here, ran all over the place, and now went home. He moves his queen, which relieves the pressure off of this square, so it's no longer hanging. But it saves him from checkmate. But we're up 2 pawns, trades or wins, and the knight defends this important pawn. So we're going to take the material and win more material. If he takes with the queen, which he has to, we're definitely going to queen trade, scoop our 3rd and final pawn, and just be up 3 clean pawns, 2 connected outside passers. He should resign. And you don't castle here, right? Go king d7 so it's closer to the center, because it's better there than on g8. He takes. I don't really see the reason not to take back. No cool intermezzos. He's going to try to play here, but I don't see what he's going to do on that file. And now when you're winning like this and your opponent has 2 rooks, it's very helpful to trade a pair of rooks, because then he won't have that coordinating power. He can only make 1 move threats, and it shouldn't be a big deal. So my opponent left the game like all the chickens and cowards before him. And we get to win in 100 seconds. It's crazy how pathetic these people are. Okay, I might take it back because he's back. I guess I have to take it back. He's not pathetic because he continues the game. But we have seen many leavers, and they are pathetic. So he goes and makes a 1 move threat that doesn't do anything. I mean, honestly, you could do whatever you want. You could push the pawn. You could even retreat the rook and say, hey, you can't attack anything. I'm going to push the pawn. It doesn't matter. He'll probably just attack the other one. And then I'll get that up the board. My opponent left the game again. I'm confused now. You see, it's weird because he wasn't leaving the game before this point. But then once I traded queens and he knew he's totally lost, then all of a sudden his internet connection is no good. Coincidence? Unlikely. So is he back to being pathetic? Or is he back to needing new Wi-Fi? Or is he back to checking with the engine every time he disconnects? I wish it said what country they're from, so I can hate on everyone's specific country as a whole. Because that's fun. And he left the game. He's back. I don't know what to say, guys. So anyway, we're going to go king d7. Okay, he moves his king, so we're not going to go king d7 yet. Whatever. I don't know, just move your rook anywhere. It doesn't matter. You can attack stuff. You can move it back. You could go this way. Everything's winning when you're up 3 clean pawns. He left the game. Let's see what he does. He makes a move, attacking a pawn, we move it. He attacks another pawn, we protect it. And now what's your move? What's your plan? This is why just resign, guys. Just resign. This is pointless, purposeless for him. For us, it's just an easy win. We get to practice our conversion. Getting better and better. Converting, it's a skill. And so if you're new to chess, definitely play this position from both sides because you're not even sure what's happening, exactly how you can mess it up, how you can convert. But if you're more experienced in chess, like if you're at least, I don't know, 1400, resign. At 1600, this is like, he should just feel really bad about himself because 1600s know exactly, they're strong enough to know exactly what's happening. They're strong enough to know there's 0% chance black is going to mess this up. They're doing it out of like emotional insecurity, which is fine. They're allowed to do that. It's their life, right, guys? And most people you meet will be several shades of insecure. So he moves his king up. We could try to mate him. If we go here, he's probably noob enough to go here. Let's try it, just so we can end the game. Please go forward. Remember I tell you never go forward like that into your opponent's pieces with your king, because you mate yourself? That would happen here. But if he's not familiar with this mating construction, yeah. You see, if he's strong enough to see that, he's strong enough to resign. So, but he won't. So we're going to just improve our piece. His rooks are stuck. Okay, now he goes on the defensive. What are you going to do? You have infinite time to convert this however you like, right? I'm going to give him a check, kicking his king back. Then I'm going to go here. This pawn's loose. His king, is cut off, is restricted to 2 rows. His rooks, you can go here, but you can't even infiltrate. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so obvious there's nothing to do. Why are you playing? So he pushes a pawn, hopes that I pre-move or something. It's not going to happen. Okay, he hits my rook. This is clearly just a waste. Obviously, I'm not going to let him take my rook. He would be better off spending his time watching a chessable course. But instead, he'd rather lose very slowly and very surely. So let's just keep messing with him. Although we could have just traded the rooks and gone here. Might have been quicker. But whatever. Let's promote. Maybe this guy's deserving of a troll. Like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we get 6 knights or something, right? You guys want to see me get 6 knights? I doubt it, but I am a bit of a troll. I'm a huge troll, actually. In real life, anyway. So now he's stuck, nothing to do. He even blocked his only open file, which was useless anyway. We could just keep nice and slow, push the pawns. This guy lost on like, what move? We're on move 43. Yeah, this guy just lost on like move 20. So he tries to trade rooks, and we'll do that because it's obviously good for us. Then we get to push our pawns for free. Nice and easy. While he waits to lose. He refuses to resign. Okay. Free stuff. Thank you. And now we have lots of free stuff. There we go. Good job. Jesus. Okay, let's go through the game. We try to get a Benoni, and I'm happy to see a d4 game either way, because we get to play around with c5, which is fun. He doesn't push, but we just go for development and center. Normally, you just take the pawn and develop, or you play d5, but we're trying to force him into Benoni. He still doesn't push, so it's weird. We play d6 just to stop e5. Now, we're still giving white the advantage because we're still refusing to play principled, because I'm still hoping he's going to push d5 and transpose. Now, like I said, it's not the most accurate way to play, like I say in all my Benoni games, because I'm trying to force the issue instead of letting it happen naturally. But then when he goes here, I mean, I don't really want to I don't want to castle into e5 and h5. So now I'm like, okay, enough's enough. Let's get rid of this pawn because I don't want to get checkmated, right? Because that would be bad for the speed run. And okay, so that was that. Now we broke up in the center. The game is even. Okay, slight preference for black, but even. Okay, we have no mistakes, no blunders, 94%. Just some inaccuracies. So development for free. Developing and center. Improving our position for free because we're forcing the issue. If he doesn't take, then why'd you put your bishop here? You have to go somewhere else. And if you do take, well, then I'm just overwhelming you with my bishop. So he takes, and now black is just almost a pawn worth better strategically. As soon as he castles, we're more than a pawn worth because you shouldn't be castling into this line of fire. Like, that's where my pieces are aimed. So if anything, you want your king the other way. So what? You moved your h pawn. It's not the end of the world. Anyway, so knight e5, queen a5, queen b6, and knight a5. So all the moves we talked about are fine. We just improve for free. He moves. And now the best move is to ruin his structure. And once we do, minus 1.7, we're not material up. So this is confirmation for you guys of how bad this is. I mean, it's kind of visually obvious how bad that is to have your king there. So knight takes e2 is not possible because it goes back to equality from minus 1.6. So they want you to go back to knight c6, which we did. You could also go to a6, which is fine. If you do take, you see, I wasn't worried about king b1 because that still blocks the rook. I was worried about king b2 because that leaves the rook open. And so if I try to defend my knight, well, then he just goes here, and he's winning. So I chose against it. Don't automatically snatch pawns. We have our win condition in the form of weaknesses. Okay, and now queen a5 is the best move at -2. So we're -2 and higher from here on out. Just, like a straight graph. And he moves his king to protect the pawn, and now improving a piece for free with a winning position. We're not up even one pawn, and we're -3 winning. So you guys need to gain this intuition, this experience for how bad things are. Even if you don't know the number, you should know which side you'd rather be at least. Developing for free. Free stuff. Kind of for free because there's some serious threats. Force move for free. Yeah, I said he didn't have time for this. Yeah, so you could take the pawn, or the strongest is queen takes. Which, okay, queen takes, king over. They want you to go bishop b3, threatening mate. Queen d3 stopping it. And then there's some lines. But whatever, you have to calculate that. We were very, like, 1 and 2 moves ahead. We're not calculating long stuff. We take at -5. Check, free stuff for free. Improving a piece 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 for free. Free stuff because trades are wins. Free stuff because trades are wins. Free stuff because it's free. Force move. Force move, let's say. Force move. Force move, force move, improving our king. We have 2 pieces left. We need to finish our development. The king is about as powerful as a knight in this position, maybe a little less, and yeah, so we improve it to get our other rook in the game. Maybe you double, maybe you go here. It's up to you. Everything's winning. And then you don't have to do anything to convert. You just trade the rooks and the pawns win themselves. If you don't trade the rooks will support the pawns and he'll have to trade them at some point. All the meanwhile, we harass his king and restrict it the entire time. You saw the conversion. It was mostly just him, you know, fighting with his inner demons. Submit your rapid games in my Discord. Good luck in your chess and goodbye.